Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Hello and welcome. You're here for day one of Teen Driver Education. This beautiful October, my favorite month of the year, folks. But guess what? We just need to give people a few more minutes to get caught on, pop back in, or get into the chat. As this is the first day, there's always a couple people struggling a little bit. Hi, everybody. Please put your first and last name into the chat as soon as you arrive at the live stream, just so we know who's hanging out with us, just so we know who's able to watch live, and we have a good idea of how many of our students are doing stuff off the replay. So yeah, I'll be back with you here in about 5 more minutes. We're just going to give a couple more minutes. Hopefully everyone that's going to make it today is able to make it in that time, and then we'll get started and talking about what's going on here and what y'all signed up for. All right, folks, so bear with us a few more minutes. Please enjoy this fine music made by my boss, Joey Martinez. Joey Hernandez, excuse me, and we'll be back here in just a few minutes to get class started, folks. So, all right, hold tight and enjoy the music.
There are heroes here. There's no more heroes here. So valid, just plain dead. No one to save the day. I'm gonna do it my own way. There's no more heroes here. No more so valid, just plain fear. No one to save the day. I'm gonna do it my own way.
Hi, everybody. All right, awesome. Looks like we've got about 16 people here watching the feed right now, and that's a little over half, so that's looking great right there, right? So everybody, welcome to your first day of Teen Driver Education. My name is Steven, and I am indeed strange. I will be your instructor for the course. Let's see here. Oh, yes. We do have our technical support ninja watching and ready to answer any of your office-related questions, so please feel free to throw those into the chat. I'll be more than happy to assist you with those. And of course, as I was saying, I will be your instructor for the duration of the course. My name is Stephen Norris. You can call me Steve, you can call me Mr. Norris, you can call me that weird guy. That's fine with me. Just be polite, be respectful during class, and we're all good. If y'all want to be chatting in the chat before class starts, no problem. If y'all want to ask questions at any time, feel free to type it in, get it into the chat. I will break instruction for just a moment, take care of your issue, answer your question, and then jump back on track. Hopefully seamlessly, but I'm old, I'm dottery, it's not always seamless. but that's how it goes. Now, October is my favorite month, so you'll forgive me if I get a little excited. From time to time. It's just my personality. I'm not clinically crazy, I just play one on TV. But yeah, so let's go ahead and jump right into today's presentation. And that's how each day is going to work, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to come in, I'm going to intro at the beginning of the class. Normally, we will start promptly at 5. Today, I gave a few extra minutes just so that we could get some people a little bit of extra time so they can get logged in and watching today's orientation for the live stream. For those of you that are watching this on the recast, that's fine too. Some people aren't able to be here with us when it's live. If at any point you're going to miss a class, no worries. Just make sure you watch the replay. If you show up late, watch the part that you missed at the end of class and make sure you do your assignment every day. But let's not get too ahead of ourselves because let's talk about what's going on here today. All right, so have a seat, fill out the form with your basic information. Well, that's the team contract. If you have not already filled out that form online, the homework assignment today will give you a quick link so that you can get on there and get that taken care of. It is important that we have that information because that's the information that we use to provide you services, but more importantly, when it's time to get your permit, we need to fill out a certificate with your information, and so we need to have that accurate information. So if you have not already filled out a team contract, please do so with today's homework assignment. All right, class rules. Well, y'all are at home, so you get to do what you like. Pause the video, walk away, take a break, fix a sandwich, eat, snack, drink, laugh while you're watching class. But please do pay attention. All right, it's very tough to play a game and learn this stuff. It's very tough to be watching a video on something else while listening to a class. I understand class can be a little boring, and I don't want to be that guy. I enjoy being the weird person. As I said, my name is Steven, and I am indeed strange. Right? And I like keeping it fun. I like making sure that y'all are entertained because any education that you receive is so much more impactful if the instructor's entertaining because you want to pay attention, folks, and that's what we strive for. All right? You do want to take notes because we are going to be covering a ton of information over the next 3 days, and that's going to get you prepared for something very important. So taking notes is going to help you out because our brain has to see, hear, write, or read something 6 to 14 times so that we know that information. Over 30 times so that you can just pull it up like that. So that you just, bam, it's yours. And it will be yours for the rest of your life. So we repeat ourselves a lot. You will hear some of the same information repeated various times. That's on purpose, folks. All right? Let's see here. Okay. Please be careful as you are at home. If you're leaning back in your seat, there's no one there to be like, oh my God, they fell and hit their head. So don't do that at home. No talking during class. If you want to throw stuff in the chat that is class related, please feel free. If it's before class or after class and y'all want to ask something that's off the subject of driver's ed or y'all want to have a conversation, that's real cool. All right, I do not mind. But during class, let's keep the conversation to driver's ed. If you do have a valid question, though, please feel free to ask it. Because I'm not just answering it for you, I'm answering it for everyone in the class. So if anyone else didn't know it, now they do. All right, bathroom, you're at home, pause video, or just, run out. Do whatever you're going to do, take care of your bathroom needs, no worries. All right, we're all adults here, folks, and we just expect you to do what's required. That's watch the video, do the homework every day. Because every day you must sign in. And for us, signing in, because we're an online course right now, means you have to do a daily homework assignment. These homework assignments will be posted on the same timeline feed that you found the link for today's video. Each day's assignment will be very simply posted. Day 1 assignment. Boom. You just click on the phrase day and then whatever number assignment. Click right on that and it opens up the assignment. If there are any textbook chapters, it'll be like textbook chapter 1. You click on that and opens up textbook chapter 1 from the DPS Driver's Ed Handbook. Okay? You read the chapter, you do the homework, and you're done. You've watched the video, you've done the homework, you've received credit for being there for that day, right? That is the standard expectation. I understand some of y'all are busy and you're going to be doing assignments on the weekends. do not get too far behind because 16 assignments sounds like a lot to get caught up on. But if you just do your one every day, or every couple of days, you knock out your assignments, get caught up, or do some of them, and prevent yourself from having all 16 at the end, you'll do much better. If you stay on top of them and do them daily, that's perfect, because then as soon as you're ready to get that first lesson, you'll be able to, because we require that you finish the coursework, right? That you do all the day's assignments, right? So how it works, what are we doing here? Well, today is the first day towards what you want more than anything else in the world. The sweet taste of freedom. I don't know why they went backwards. Okay. But to paraphrase Aunt May and Uncle Ben, apparently, both of them said it, with great power comes great responsibility, and freedom is absolutely power. The freedom to get behind the wheel of a car is power, because as some douche canoe in New York a couple years ago demonstrated, one person in a car driving through a crowd of people can do a ton of damage, right? So with that freedom, with that power to go wherever you want, comes a great deal of responsibility. Why? Because this is not just a driver's license you signed up for, okay? And a lot of us tend to think that, oh, it's a driver's license, it lets me drive. It's more than that. A driver's license is like a compact, a contract, an oath, a promise, okay? We are going to let you drive under the assumption that you're going to behave and follow the rules. When people choose to disregard the rules, that's when people have collisions. That's when people have accidents. That's when people crash their cars and die because someone chose to break a rule. So there is a ton of responsibility with this. But here's the great thing, folks. Driving is also way easier than what you think it is. Okay? This is cake. We take our time. We do things one step at a time, exactly the way we show you, and you will be exactly where you need to be when you need to be. Okay? So don't let driving scare you. Okay? Driving is an amazing freedom, but it is a great deal of responsibility because we're expected to follow the rules, right? Now, the first rule that you need to understand is this is your license, not your parents', right? One person gets to roll around with my state-issued ID. That's me. One person gets to be the bearer of any state-issued ID. That is the person photographed on it. That means you. Your driver's license, your responsibility. Now, if you don't like carrying a wallet, you don't even do a purse or some kind of a satchel, that's cool. They sell these awesome little sleeves, and my fiance got like 20 of these for like $2. And this is straight up a shoelace that is knotted. And this goes around my neck. And in here is my permit to teach, my TDLR license to teach, and my license to drive, because I need to have both of them with me at any time that I'm providing an instructional lesson, whether it's in the classroom or in the car. Okay? I don't carry a wallet anymore, but it's my responsibility to bring those, just like it'll be your responsibility to take care of your license. So you need to understand how the process works. You need to stay on top of things, because welcome to adulthood, folks. Right? I'm not going to talk down to you like y'all are children, because you're not. Okay? We don't let children drive. We let young adults and adults drive. Right? So y'all made it. But the problem is that being an adult sucks. Because we got to do everything for ourselves. We have to. Yeah, people can help us with some stuff, but our driver's license, that's all on you. Right? But don't worry, it's easy. All you got to do is stay responsible and do what's expected. All right? So, how it works. All right, the first step is to begin the classroom. Congratulations, you've done that. You're here with me right now. Okay, Teen Class requires 32 hours of classroom time. Okay, with the current live stream option, that is 32 hours of live stream and or assignments. So I'll keep my live streams under 2 hours so that you have time to get your homework done. And the final day, of course, the 16th day, is an assignment so big that that's all you have to do that day. So there is no live stream for it. But that will get you your 32 hours, because that's 2 hours a day for 16 days. Okay. Now, during the classroom portion on day 5, we don't actually take the DPS written test because we're doing live stream. What we'll do instead is we will do the day 5 homework assignment. Why? Because you need to do the assignment from day 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Once you have completed all of those, you will then be issued your very own personalized DPS written exam. Okay. Passing this exam and paying for the course in full is all you need to do to be able to get the certificate you need to get your permit. You do have to get some other paperwork required for DPS, right? But you do all the assignments from day 1 through 5, and on day 5, we're going to do the day 5 assignment together because that's a review for the test. There's 148 questions. I'm going to rapid fire ask them, read the answers. Y'all are going to rapid fire answer. I get 3 right, we move on. I get 3 wrong, I explain why you're wrong, what the correct answer is, and we move on. Okay? That's what's going to happen on day 5. So participation is going to be a big one, folks. All right, so I'm going to keep this class as entertaining as I can. That way you want to participate. All right? And then on Saturday morning, after day 5, because day 5 is going to be Friday, on Saturday morning, somewhere between 10 and noon, Mr. Salceda, our office ninja, will go through, and everyone that has completed day 1 through 5 will receive their very own personalized DPS test link. He will send them to the email address that you were registered under, and you will be able to take that. Right? If the course has already been paid in full, we'll fix your certificate up within that week, and you'll be able to go out to or set up your appointment for DPS as soon as you have your paperwork together to go get that permit, because that's all it takes. Now, you do still have to finish the coursework, so you will have to hang around for the day 16 assignment, get all the other ones done. All right, but as of day 5, y'all will be already getting that DPS written test, and you only have to pass it once, folks. All right, once you pass the DPS written exam and the course is paid in full, we will give you a certificate and a packet with a checklist containing everything we can provide you, and the only stuff you need to do is fill out a couple sheets and bring some other documentation. Proof of identity, proof of residency, proof of social security number, insurance if you already have a car registered under your name, a little bit of cash, and a VOE from your school, verification of enrollment. Those do require that you be a student in good standing. That means you're passing all your classes and you do not have too many absences. All right? If you have a bunch of absences related to COVID, that should be an exception, but so if you know you're about to take a test, you may want to jump on getting that certificate right now and hope that you can get everything else done as soon as possible, because those VOEs are only good for 30 days, folks. Okay? But don't worry, because we're going to go over that whole process later. All right? Now, what you have to understand, though, is that this is a process, and this is going to take longer than you would like. All right? You need to finish the day 5 assignment, pass the test, pay for the course in full to get the certificate. The certificate lets you get your permit. You need to have that permit for 6 months before you can test for the driving test. During those 6 months, well, getting ahead of myself again. All right. One of the problems is that DPS is only open 8 a.m. through 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, except for Tuesday, they're open until 6. This could cause you or your parents to miss work or school, and that could be awkward. That could be difficult. So you may not be able to get those documentations in immediately. If the parent who all the bills is not going to be the one that's going to be taking you to DPS, let us know when you come pick up your packet. There's a form we can give you so that they don't have to be, and you can still get your permit. All right? Because, yeah, you're going to need to get some stuff together, and sometimes that takes a little bit of time, especially with that VOE. All right? Now, once you have your permit, though, and you've completed all 16 assignments, you can begin to schedule your in-car lessons. And once again, because you're an adult and it's your responsibility, this is how that works. You request a drive time. And out of everybody that requested that specific drive time on that date, one person's going to get it. Everyone else is going to get rejected. So you're going to ask for as many as you can actually make it to until you have one a month. Now, once you have your one drive a month, you're good, because you have to wait 6 months before you can get that driver's license after you get your permit. All right? But you are going to need to schedule those once a month. You're going to need to dedicate 1 hour out of your month, and it's not too much. All right? That's one movie you don't watch at home, or one practice at a competitive thing that you don't go to, because driver's ed is important. Learning to drive is important. All right? We drive evenings and weekends, and each lesson is done by appointment. All right. You will not be allowed to schedule all your drives at once. Only one drive may be scheduled at once, and we separate them. We make sure that your 6-month date does not have like 5 months between all your drives and the 6-month date. We're just not going to do that to you because driving is a process. All right, we got to learn it. You will need to make 7. Right now, they're only 1 hour, but that may be changing because of Corona restrictions. It's 7 hours driving, 7 hours observing. Due to the COVID-19, the observation hours have been waived. You can still watch those online if you'd like to on our YouTube channel. It's the Hernandez Driving School YouTube channel. We've got some observation hours you can check out. But that does mean you do need to get those 7 drives. Now, I said that was over 6 months. You get your 6 drives scheduled over the 6 months, and then you call us up and be like, hey, I've gotten all my drives done. I've showed up to my things on time. Can you please get me the nearest appointment to my 6-month date so I can get my license as soon as possible? And then because you've done everything else, because you've shown up, because you've gotten everything done perfectly the way we asked you to, we will do our best to help you out. You know, our office people will be more than happy. You know, it may be a week or 2 before we have an availability, but they will find you the nearest available slot and help you out because you did everything else right. All right, if you make 7 appointments and only show up to 3 of them, and then get upset that you're not getting approved, well, there's a reason behind that. All right? We need y'all to be responsible about this. We need y'all to grab life by the horns and take control because you are in control of your lives already, folks. All right? So let's review. That's going to be 32 hours classroom. All right? 15 days live stream, 1 day just a big old assignment. Homework assignment all 16 days, though. Okay? 7 in-car drives. Okay? That you will have to request. And we can see how many requests you've made. If you request 2-3 drives a month and don't get them, well, yeah, that's to be expected. If you request 30-40 drives a month and don't get one, we will help you out once again because that is dedication to getting your drives. All right? Other requirements, you will need to have your permit for 6 months unless you are 18, but we will not give you the 7 lessons if you're 18 and don't know how to drive. All right? If you think, oh, well, I'm 18 already or I'm going to be 18, as soon as I turn 18, I'll finish up all my lessons and then I get my license. No, you need to make sure that you're ready for it. We need to make sure that you are progressing between lessons. Yes, if you're ready to finish up, we may be able to help you out. Maybe. Depends on availability. No guarantees though, folks. So understand, it's going to take time. Be patient, please. All right? You have to be at least 16 years old to get your provisional license. Now, if you are 16 years old and you've had your permit for at least 6 months, then you can take the test. Yeah, it's awesome. You got to do a 30-hour parent log. This sheet tells you exactly what kind of driving is expected of you, whether it's going to be done at day or nighttime. Your parents are going to have to sign off on all of the activities, showing that you did them, but it doesn't have to be your parents. All right, just because it's the parent log. If your folks are the kind that are going to sit in the car and scream at you for an hour and a half, and you were only on, an 80-minute drive, and they managed to put 90 minutes of yelling into it, you can find another licensed driver over the age of 21 who's willing and able to teach you. Okay? As long as your parents are willing to sign off, that's fine. It doesn't have to be your folks. We don't have to give anybody that's not suited for it a coronary. All right? I've taught a half a dozen of my cousins how to drive because none of my tias have the temperament to deal with some of the snowflakes in my family. It happens. All right? You will have to watch a 2-hour Impact video course. Impact is going to show you the real results of distracted driving, and that includes arguing with people in the car, talking on your cell phone when you shouldn't be, because, ladies and gentlemen, here, I'm going to tell you first day of class, being on the cell phone while driving is illegal until you're 18 years old. And then you can only do so using hands-free Bluetooth technology. If you've got the phone in your hand for more than the time it takes to initiate the call or answer or something like that, then you can get a citation for it. You will get a citation for it if the cops see you doing it. All right? All right. Now, once you've gotten all of that done, though, you are eligible for the DPS on-the-road exam. All right? Once you pass that test, and again, folks, all right, the written exam is a basic knowledge test. The driven exam is a basic skills test. All right, if you get good enough to where you can go to the convenience store without scaring yourself, without breaking the law, without speeding, without failing to signal, without making a stop that's too short, if you can make it to the corner store and home without terrifying anyone, you have the basic skill set to get your license. So please don't scare yourself with a written exam. Don't scare yourself with a driven exam. They're both basic tests. They don't want to check for mastery or expertise. They want to check, do you understand the core principles and are you able to put them into action? Are you able to follow the basic rules? Yeah, that's all easy because we'll teach you how to do that, folks. Y'all just have to be dedicated to doing it the way we're instructing you. All right? Now, but as you can see, this is a process and we're going to take it one step at a time, folks. So everyone right now, just deep breaths. You got this. Y'all seen that anger management movie? Goose Fraba. Adam Sandler, hilarious guy. All right, folks. So right now, does anyone have any questions regarding that giant pile of information I just crammed down your throats? Does anyone need something re-explained? Is there anything that anyone is unsure of that you want me to go over one more time for you? All right. But just as a recap, you need 32 in-classroom hours. All right. You'll get 15 live stream days and 16 assignments. That last assignment will take you a couple hours to finish. All right. You'll need to do 7 one-hour drives, okay? And you may be required to do 7 hours observation. We're not sure as of this point yet. All right. But probably not. I don't think that's going to change in the near future. But anyway, okay. You will need to maintain your permit for at least 6 months. Yes, absolutely. We will be giving an assignment today. Although the assignment for today is very simple, and the thing that it ends with is making sure that you've already filled out that contract. If you haven't, that'll be your opportunity to do so. It'll just redirect you to it. And I'll even show you how to access the contracts just in case you accidentally close that and haven't done one yet. But it's real simple. Today's assignment will take maybe 10 minutes if you have to do the contract as well. If you've already done the contract, then it'll be like 2-3 minutes. No big deal. But yes, we will be getting an assignment every single day. We're actually going to have 2 today. We're going to have an icebreaker that we'll be posting up here in a couple of minutes. Mr. Salceda, if you could get that up for me, please. Then we're going to have the day 1 assignment. The icebreaker, we're going to answer right now. I'm going to give you all a 10-minute break. And we're going to, yes, all the assignments are going to be posted in the classroom portal in that same feed. As I said earlier, it'll be like day 1 assignment, and then if there's a textbook, the textbook chapter will be there. You can click on each line, it'll open the assignment or the textbook chapter. All right, you will need to click on both lines. One day we have like 5 textbook chapters, so you'll need to click on each of those 5 and read them, and then do the assignment. A couple of days, we've got a couple of chapters, but most of the time it's just 1. Okay, perfect. Now, Mr. Salceda has already posted that icebreaker, so go ahead and head back to the classroom portal if you don't have any other questions. And go ahead and click where it says icebreaker, just like on the word icebreaker. And that's how we're accessing. We do all our assignments through Google Documents. So once you make a submission, it's saved forever. So it is a very good, and that's how the attendance is done. Is you do the daily assignment, you receive credit for attendance. That's how we sign in. We do the homework. So let's see. Any other questions? Anything else? If not, let me. First, let me pop this chat out. 1 second. Need to rearrange my screen. Pop out. There we go. Okay, there we go. And now presentation off, and boom, here's our website. All right, and so y'all should know how to access the classroom portal, but in case you had the link special sent to you, you just click where it says classroom portal, and then you're going to be selecting this course, the October 17th through November 5th course. All right, come on. Thank you for letting me join. Now let me view it. Okay, so there's our icebreaker link right there. So all you got to do, folks, is just click on it, and boom, automatically opens up the assignment, and y'all can get that started. Oh, see, sweet, we've already got 4 responses. So I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all 10 minutes to go ahead and get that done. Grab yourself a snack, fix a sandwich, perfect your favorite yo-yo trick. You know, whatever you're working on right now, whatever you got time for. Once you're done with the icebreaker, just chill, and we will get back together at 5:40, and we'll go over the answers together. I'll give you my answers to the same questions. I'll be a little more weird, just so that we can get to know each other a little bit, break the ice, make sure that everyone knows how to do those assignments on those Google Documents, and then that'll be class. You know, we're just gonna hang out for a bit today. Now, tomorrow, Wednesday and Thursday, I am going to cram your head so full of knowledge that you're going to be ready for the day 5 review. Then we're going to answer all the questions that are potentially on those exams. Right? And after we've answered them all as a class, hopefully all of them as a class, any that we don't answer as a class on Friday, y'all will be answering independently, finishing up, getting submitted, and then boom, y'all will qualify for your DPS test links. And you'll be ready for the test by then, folks. No worries. All right, let's go ahead and take that 10-minute break. I'll see you back here at 5:40, and we will go ahead and answer these questions. All right, folks, and yeah, all right, I'm going to put you back on the intro, and see you in a few, folks.
sitting here thinking about all the things I've done. Oh my, oh God, it kinda makes me wanna run. Losing control, don't know what came over me. It must have been my friend Jack come visiting here. Walking through the haze of I don't even know. As long as I get to relinquish control. Lying there waiting at the edge of a pipe. I guess it's time to see the devil inside, yeah.
All right, folks. Looks like we've already got ourselves 14 responses, and that should be just about everyone that we've got here on the live stream. So fantastic. Let's go ahead and rock and roll. Go through the list and see what everyone's answers are. So birthdays, we're all over the place. Let's see. We got March 23rd and 28th. We've got July 21st and 19th. See, November 9th, 30th, December 16th. I feel your pain. My birthday is January 1st, so I too have heard this is for your birthday and Christmas. And oh, look, there's a January 6th, so you know my pain too. Let's see. July, January 28th. That's cool. It's my cousin's birthday. August 1st, July 19th, May 8th, August 19th. Sweet. So y'all are all over the place. You got birthdays all over. Anybody this month? Let's see. November 9th, we will be done by then. And I don't see any October. So no birthdays this time. Oh well. Maybe next. All right. What is your age? All right, 14. You are old enough to take the course. Hopefully you turn 15 in the next shortly, because you need to be 15 to get the permit. And then at 16 is the earliest age that you're able to test for the license. So 14, I hope it's like 14 and a whole bunch of change. But that's all right. See, we got 3 15-year-olds, 8 16-year-olds, or 9 16-year-olds, and 3 17-year-olds. So nice. Bunch of people ready to drive. Thank you for signing up. All right, what high school did you attend? I'm 41, by the way. My birthday is way back in 1981. Don't call me a boomer, because the generation before me were actually boomers. They were the products of the hippie times. The polite way to put it. Donna High School, very cool. PSJA. We got Southwest. Is that Economides? Let's see. Vanguard Academy, sweet. IDEA. PSJ College. School in Health and Professions. Sweet. Y'all are so lucky. When I went to high school, I had to pay for the only 2 college courses that I was able to take. It cost me $600, and I got Spanish 1 and 2 knocked out. That was it. PSJA, Southwest, and I was in high school, mind you, so that was kind of expensive for me. Thomas Jefferson, Vanguard, Valley View, and Vanguard. Sweet. So a little bit of diversity. I actually went to La Jolla High School. Please forgive me. That was just where my family was from. I had no option, but I still managed to pull a great education out of that school district, so that was kind of cool. All right, let's see. We got Anna. Who's your favorite actor or actress? There we go. All right, so we got Anne Hathaway. Fantastic. Love her in, the Alice in Wonderland series. She was fantastic as a White Queen. And I have 2 teenage daughters and a fiance. So I watch a lot of the sort of movies she would star in, and we just watched The Devil Wears Prada the other day. It was enjoyable. Meryl Streep's always fun. Bryan Cranston. 2 people said that. That's cool. Bryan is a very talented guy. Actually got his start on the Power Rangers. Yep, he was one of those ridiculous enemies that they fought in the very first season of Power Rangers. Cool guy. Let's see. We got Dylan O'Brien. Still have no idea who this is. I need to figure that out. 1 second. Let me see. Where do you find the assignments? The assignments are here on our, the feed page. You're just gonna go and like right now, the only one we have up is the icebreaker. At the end of today, we will post the day one assignment, so you'll go to the same place that you found the live stream link, and that's how you locate the assignments. That's where those will be. All right, now back to this. All right, let's see here, and then we got Eugenio Derbez. No idea. Once again, I'm sorry about that. Giancarlo Esposito. Yeah, somebody did, but it's all right. No big deal. Adam Sandler, yeah, I'm a fan of Sandler too. I've seen pretty much everything he's done, even the bad ones. Johnny Depp. It's okay to be a fan of Johnny Depp again. That was like my man crush before he got chunky and old. Yeah, no, I dug Johnny Depp when he was young. As he got older, he got a little more weird. I think I capped out at about the fourth Pirates movie. But he was good as Grindelwald. It was a shame that he got replaced. Keanu, freaking love Keanu. Been a fan of his since he was like, whoa, the very first time, right? Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, and then Their Bogus Journey, and Keanu was famous. But yeah, I've seen a ton of his stuff. Love John Wick. Kevin Hart, another great guy. Him and Cranston made a fantastic movie together. I think it was called The Upside. If you're a fan of either of those guys, definitely a good flick. Cranston's quadriplegic, and Kevin Hart's a normal guy that tries to get the job, and Cranston likes him. DiCaprio is a very talented performer. Rubs me the absolute wrong way, so my favorite scene with him is the one with the bear. But he is a good actor. I can't say he's not. I mean, his career is iconic, but I've kind of hated him since he debuted. Never liked it. And then when I kind of sort of met him, I was glad I kind of walked away. RDJ, great guy. Got typecast into Tony Stark and knocked it out the freaking park. Brought Iron Man to life. But, they asked him to play a narcissistic alcoholic, and it worked for him. Sylvester Stallone, the Italian stallion, another fantastic performer. Rocky. But I like the newer stuff. I have yet to see that superhero one that he did recently, but it's on the to-do list, the to-watch list. My favorite Stallone would Stop or My Mom Will Shoot. Too funny. Let's see. Tom Holland, great actor. I think he's too pretty to be Peter Parker, but he makes an amazing Spider-Man. Let's see. Will Smith. Yeah, I especially loved his performance at the Oscars. Chris Rock's been needing that from somebody for a while. And let's see. None. Oh, that's terrible. Well, a favorite actor is just somebody that makes you entertain, makes you want to watch. For me, I have two favorite actors. I have a favorite actor when I need a mood bump, and I have a favorite actor when I'm already in a good mood and I want to watch something funny. If I need a mood bump, Alan Tudyk, 100%. He was Steve the Pirate in Dodgeball. Wash in Firefly. He stars in Resident Alien currently, and he was in Powerless. Really funny guy, but super genuine, super sweet in real life too. Always brought my spirits up. If I'm already in a good mood though, Bruce Campbell will hit my funny bone every time, and that man's a douche canoe in person. So different celebs, different reasons. Let's see. Now, if you could only listen to one song for the rest of your life, what would it be? All right, let's see. Y'all got Crazy Frog. All right. Don't You Cry by Guns N' Roses. That's a good song. George Strait, Check Yes or No. Oh, I love that one. That was very big when I was in junior high, I believe, or high school. I know I'm old. Honest by Baby Keem. I don't know. That's a real popular song. I've still never heard it though. I would listen to Invincible by Pop Smoke. Okay, sounds cool. Mr. Blue Sky, my daughter likes that one. No Se Va by Grupo Frontera. Not my kind of music, but that's all right. I used to roadie for a norteño band that was not great. So I've got my favorites that I like, and everything else I just Shine on You, Crazy Diamonds by Pink Floyd. Okay. Very nice. To You, 17. Troubadour by George Strait. That's another good country song. No Se Va. And I am bilingual, folks. I may look güero, but I am Latino. Rumor by Lee Brice. We come in all colors, Safe and Sound, Capital Cities. Okay, cool. I actually only got to listen to country music because I was not in charge of a radio until I was 14. And that is when I met rock because I bought my own radio because my mother's rule was when it's your radio, you get to choose what you play. And AC/DC did not flood the halls of our home until I bought my own radio in high school. And then I listened to everything, and I still kind of try to. So, you know, I do appreciate all kinds of music. Let's see here. Oh, and my one song, hands down, this answer is just not going to change. It's "Eye of the Tiger." Because I feel that no matter what you are doing, your performance is elevated if you are listening to "Eye of the Tiger." Right? If you are cleaning your room, "Eye of the Tiger" will make that room cleaner and faster. If you are exercising, "Eye of the Tiger" will montage you to that, hour through, even if it is on repeat. I mean, just because it's just one of those songs that gets you going, All right. All right. So, favorite TV show as a little kid. I will not share with anyone, I don't think. But I do have kids, so I've seen most of this stuff. Let's see here. Amazing World of Gumball. Everything but his dad is amazing on that show. Even that whole weird thing that happened that gave him a grandpa was cool. But his dad just hurts me way down deep in my soul to think that any parent could just be that him. Pokemon. Hey, I collected the original 151. I played the card game actually before it even came to the U.S. I was playing in Japanese because I'm a big old nerd. When it debuted in America, I had the first edition sets and I sold all that stuff off a long time ago. I didn't get no first edition PSA grade 10 holographic Charizard Green Wing, quality stuff, but I had some cool stuff. Let's see, Breaking Bad as a child. Oh, that's a little painful, but hey, hopefully you are a well-adjusted individual. Dora the Explorer. I'm fundamentally opposed to Dora, but she was at the end of the day educational, so I'm going to ignore the racist stereotypes that just scream to me. I'm glad you enjoyed it though. It just wasn't for me. Thank goodness of it. I'm old as dirt. El Chavo del Ocho, I love that. I've been watching that since before they were too old and had to be animated because it just looked ridiculous with them in wheelchairs and stuff. Let's see, Horseland. No idea what that is. Sounds cool though. I don't see too much TV. Well, that's good. Hopefully you've got a favorite book. Regular Show. Always love to see that one on there because I don't have to put out the chairs next time either. Let's see, and I've gotten to meet Skip. I actually gave him a kiss, but that's a Jedi as well because Skip was voiced by Mark Hamill. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I kissed the Jedi. I liked it. SpongeBob SquarePants. So SpongeBob always winds up on this list, and I'm kind of glad it does because I have the coolest story, or at least for me, I think this is amazing as to the quality of the individual that voices SpongeBob. All right, you can tell a lot about a celebrity by the way they act in their movies and shows. But with cartoon actors, it's a lot tougher because, the actor that plays Patrick is not stupid. He's actually a rather brilliant person, and I had a really in-depth conversation with him long before he even did Patrick Star about philosophy of all bloody things, and just a super nice guy. All right, but SpongeBob, I really only know him from the little bit of comedy stuff that he's done, and SpongeBob. So I was in line to meet him just so I could tell my kids that I'd met SpongeBob. I was at a convention, and the family ahead of me is dressed as Frozen. Mom and Dad are the dude with the awesome 80s rock song in the sequel, and the sister, yes, Anna, and the guy's the one that you wound up getting with. And then the daughter was walking around with a Olaf stuffed animal, dressed as Elsa herself. And they go up, and I'm just behind them in line, and they go up, and the parents look at her and go, "Do you know who this is?" And she shakes her head no, and she looks really bland, like, "Mom, Dad, you're not impressing me with this stuff," sort of like. And from a 5-year-old, that's just, it's delicious. It's just fantastic to see that level of contempt. And then they said it. They said, "This is SpongeBob." And then she looked at him and just, no. Just so cute to see this little girl just completely deny the reality of what's about to happen to her. And then he laughed. And her whole face changed. And then he smiled. and he said, "Hi, my name is SpongeBob." And he said, "Not really, but it's much cooler than my real name." And the little girl is like now enthralled because it's clearly the SpongeBob voice that she knows. And then he says the coolest stuff to her. He's like, "Do you like to sing songs?" And she nods her head. "Do you want to sing a song with me?" And she nods her head. He goes, do you want to build a snowman? And man, this little girl's eyes, if they got any bigger, I think they would have just like popped out of her head. Now her parents at this point are getting a little weepy because their daughter's having her first real fangirl moment. And the actor for SpongeBob proceeds to sing, "Do you want to sing, or do you want to build a snowman?" to this adorable little girl. And absolutely made her day. I didn't even, I followed that up with, "Man, I was just here so I could tell my kids I met SpongeBob, and now I gotta tell the world that you're freaking amazing. Deuces, bro, thanks for being awesome to your fans." And that was it. I didn't shake his hand, I did nothing, because I didn't need to see anything else. That right there was more touching, was more heartwarming. Being included in that was more amazing than any kind of, I could have hugged him and it wouldn't be as cool as that, right? So, SpongeBob, classy freaking guy. Patrick Star, I'm a bigger fan of his from the original Stephen King's The Stand, Moon, that spells moon. All right, so let's see, we got more SpongeBob. Teen Titans, I really hope you mean Teen Titans, not Go. I really do. I really hope you mean the OG Teen Titans, because that was amazing. Okay? The Judas Contract was fantastically done in the animated series, amazingly done in the comics, and got a fantastic freaking movie with the new generation, because the original Teen Titans were awesome and they had great building blocks. Teen Titans Go is just so ridiculous. It's some good stuff, I'm not gonna lie, but for the most part just makes me want to weep by comparison. Let's see here. Wizards of Waverly Place, that's pretty cool. The mom is married to someone from Brownsville, I am told, from the Wizards of Waverly Place. Adventure Time, Jake and Finn, very cool. I love me some Ice King and his fanfic. I have the Fiona pop at home because that was hilarious. Princess Bubblegum was funny. Judy Blume, no idea. You have stumped me. I have never seen this show. I'll have to look it up and see what's up with that. And then La Rosa de Guadalupe. Once again, no idea. I'll check those out. All right, so if you could volunteer anywhere, where would it be? Well, when I am able to, I actually volunteer my services for the Vannie E. Cook Children's Cancer and Hematology Center. That's here in McAllen, and basically it provides services, assistance for kids with cancer, ranging from halfway to San Antonio to into Mexico, because it is the nearest facility that you can do so at, unless you are closer to San Antonio than you are McAllen. Right? They are a fantastic organization. They help countless people every year, and nobody gets turned away. Nobody has to die of cancer if they're a kid and they find the Vannie E. Cook, because Vannie Cook is going to take care of them. Fantastic place. That's where I do my volunteering when I'm able to. I like to run charity drives and toy drives, book drives for them. But unfortunately, due to COVID, it's been a long time, and I need to get back on that because that was a wonderful habit to be in. All right, so let's see what y'all are interested in. At SPI, beach cleanup is super fun. I've done so a dozen times or more. At a homeless shelter, very cool. Doling out food, articles of clothing, things like that, is very fulfilling. Animal shelter, different kinds of animals. Animal shelters, everyone wants to work with the animals, but remember, those places need people to go scrub out the poop and shovel and weigh food and all kinds of nonsense like that. That has nothing to do with the glamorous animals, but they still really need your help, folks. All right, so for those of you going for the animal shelter, don't be disappointed if you don't get to play with the puppies. And if you don't know, just think of something that moves you. If you see a little girl just go up to a homeless dude and give him an apple, and your heart cries a little bit, or you get that little bit misty, then yeah, that's the sort of help that you would be able to do. And if nothing else, volunteering at a senior citizens place like a retirement home, they just need people to talk to, and those people have seen some stuff. They have seen some stuff. We still have people older than television alive. All right, you can hear some stories, folks. Let's see here. I would like to volunteer charities that help people with disabilities and terminal illnesses. Hey, so do I. There's actually a bunch, though. You can actually find Facebook groups for almost any kind of volunteering. I'd like to volunteer somewhere in Iceland. I heard Iceland was a beautiful place. Well, I mean, that's getting a vacation out of volunteer work, but I do believe Greenpeace is doing some biological studies there. So if you really do want to volunteer, and next summer, you may be able to freeze your Royal Rosifarian nannies off volunteering, and it only costs you about $2,000 to get over there and back. Let's see here, medical center, candy stripers, super important. We need people to help get people to rooms so that orderlies can do more important stuff. Military, that's more profession than volunteering, but you know, I like your attitude. It's patriotic. Pet shelters, there you go. The beach, yeah, clean it up. Heck, and you could just take a few friends down to the beach. Be like, hey, let's go and fill up 10 bags of garbage, and then, you know, just have a nice time. Go splash in the water. You can make any event a beach cleanup. Let's see, at a museum, very cool. I like museums. We've got a few in the valley. They may require volunteers even. Animal shelter in the reptile department. Most animal shelters don't really have a reptile department. That would go more to, like, you know, zoos or long-term care facilities. But I like where you're headed. Doggy daycare, another one of those. And then a nail salon. Once again, we got a gig, not so much a volunteering opportunity, but hey, I understand money's important too. And if you love to do it, that you do it for free, that is volunteering. All right, now what is something on your bucket list, things to do before you die? Now, for me, bucket list is weird because I've always embraced life. I've always taken any and every opportunity. You know those people that are constantly coming up with stupid ideas of things to do and have too much money so they get to do them? I had a bunch of those as friends. So I've gotten to do a bunch of silly stuff that is just kind of amazing. I've traveled the world a little bit, even though I'm essentially broke myself. I've been all over the United States. I've been to conventions. I've met lots of celebrities. I've jumped out of perfectly good airplanes. I landed a helicopter on top of the only garbage can for a square mile. It was the only thing to land it on for a square mile, and I managed to get it 100% of the time. I was told I would never be flying that helicopter again, but hey, it was fun and terrifying. One thing though that is still on my bucket list is I'm going to become a published author in my lifetime. I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. I'm already a published author. I'm going to publish a book that I get paid for and sell at least one damn copy at some point in my lifetime. That's on my bucket list. I've had a few poems, short stories published in things that you would not be able to find because they are that obscure. But hey, for me, it was still something done. So I dug it. Let's see here. So for y'all, skydiving, very cool. I enjoy the heck out of it. Please do. And just remember that you're tandem. You're strapped into someone else the first 3 or 4 times until you've reached your level of proficiency. Open a restaurant, very cool. Small business ownership is a great way to go. Make sure you take both courses in business management and culinary so that you can, you know, pick up your game, right? Because education matters. Scuba diving, so much fun. I got to see a leafy sea dragon scuba diving off of Australia. And then I saw a white and I got my butt out the water because I literally saw everything that I went out to go see when I went scuba diving that day. I mean, a clownfish was like if I see one, that'd be cool, but Nemo hadn't come out yet, so, you know, it wasn't a big deal for me. Yeah, scuba diving is so much fun. And remember, if you have to throw up into the regulator, otherwise you're gonna gasp in and breathe in a lungful of air. That's just weird random advice that nobody gives you until it's too late. It will prevent you from needing to surface quickly and risking other stuff happening. All right, visit another country besides Mexico? Awesome, go for it. This world is a beautiful place, and unfortunately we live right next to one of the few countries that you can't just like safely go in. Mexico still has a lot of stuff going on out there that makes it tough for just, you know, visiting. When I was in Italy, I mean, people were just so bloody nice out there. When I was in Australia, everyone was rude as hell, but nobody was going to kidnap me, nobody was going to murder me. They were just like impolite. When I rented the scuba suit in Australia and I put it on, the guy that rented it to me looks at me and he goes, "You know, whites eat orca, right? because I'd gotten this black suit and it had like the white like chest, kind of like a penguin with a gray ring around it, and I apparently looked like a killer whale in it. And he thought it was hilarious. So did the other people in the shop. I was about that close to crying, but then again, you know, that's life, right? Let's see. Somebody else submitted, so we jumped. Where are we? TV show. All right, volunteer. All right, bucket list. Here we go. All right, so visit another country. Go for it. Toilet paper, a sheriff's house. Now, if you can get permission to do this, I think that would make it much more epic than doing it without permission. Without permission, it's criminal mischief. It's a $350 citation minimum and could be up to 90 days in jail. So do try to get that permission. And if you don't get the permission, you know, like go out there with some rakes and ready to help clean it off so that you don't go to jail. Fly a MiG, very cool. Travel, yes, travel, see the world. Visit every country. Every country's a little tough. There's a bunch of them, and some of them aren't real welcome about visitors, but that is a very cool mission in life. Here's the thing though, is if you really want to, go get your education and save up that extra Pell Grant money that you get, those refunds that you're getting on whatever financial aid that you don't spend. And when you graduate college and you can already get that gig that you want, go do this for a year. Because it is so cheap. When we were in Italy, it would have been like $180 to go from Italy to Russia if we wanted to. Now, mind you, we would have had to have gotten a whole bunch of like documentation done, but it cost us closer to $1,000 just to get to Italy from the U.S. Over there, we flew we could have flown a similar distance for $180 because it's cheaper elsewhere. Now, mind you, it's not those rates anymore. That was like 30 years ago, almost, well, 20 years ago. But still much cheaper to travel when you're not starting in the U.S. or another major country. So very cool. Go see Venice in Italy. I didn't see Venice, I saw the countryside, but hey, you know what? Italy's just beautiful all over. Travel the world, there you go. You have to travel to Japan before you kick the bucket. I have to go back to Japan before I kick the bucket. Because what I saw was the inside of an apartment, one street, the airport, the road leading to that apartment, and a moving truck. That one street had a restaurant and a bar. That's where we went that evening. We went to the restaurant, then the bar, and then back to that one bedroom that we moved all the stuff out of, slept on the floor, and the next day we took off. But, you know, free trip to Japan to help a friend's brother move still means I got to take a drink in Japan and make an ass of myself. But ask me that story in person someday. Go visit Iceland. Very cool. Iceland is rather green and lush. The same time as we're in spring, so please do so then. It does get a little chilly in wintertime. Own a 66 jet black Mustang. My first car was almost a 67 candy apple and white ragtop Mustang. The dude sold it the day before I went to go pick it up. Well, he sold it to somebody else the day before I went to go pick it up. Very sad. And then 3 more skydives. So fun. I've done a total of 4 dives, and the friend that was taking me up to his private business skydiving told me that that was going to be the last one with him, because on the last one I waited a little too long to pull my chute. My altimeter was telling me that it was long past time. So what makes you? Hobbies, talents? Well, I'm kind of a jack of all trades. I do a little bit of everything. I sing terribly, I draw terribly, I write wonderfully. I love music, I love movies. I've got a little bit of a stutter, catches me sometimes. I'll make a weird noise during class. Don't think I'm stroking out, it's just me untying my tongue. You know, I want to help people. I like helping people. I like being helpful. That's what makes me me. Those are my hobbies, my talents. And I cook like a mug. I can bake, you know, cookies, chiffon cakes. I've made macaroons from scratch. Those are some hard frickin' cookies to make. And like out of 2 dozen, like 4 were beautiful. The rest were kind of ugly. But that's okay, because macaroons, as I said, are super tough. All right, so what about y'all? Nothing? Bull! Something makes you amazing. There is something that you do that is remarkable compared to people that just don't know how to do it. You just may not see it in yourself, but folks, each and every one of you is remarkable. Each and every one of you is special and amazing. And each and every one of you can become the best version of you if you simply decide to. I promise you. So you like outdoors, wildlife, and working out? I love the outdoors and wildlife. I used to do a lot of natural photography back when I was young and bouncing from job to job. In between work, I just go out into the woods and take pictures of just life because, oh man, it's just awesome. One of your hobbies is boxing. I used to box a little bit. I enjoyed boxing. Fantastic exercise, and even without headgear, you know, it's just, oh, there's something exhilarating about being struck and striking someone else until you're both just so freaking exhausted someone's got to drop. Let's see, sports like basketball, track, and soccer, very cool. Stay athletic. You gain a lot of extra grease when you don't. All right, folks. You like sports, especially basketball, very sweet. I got to meet, for like 2 seconds, I don't even want to say meet. I got to see David Robinson play in person. If you're a Spurs fan, you should still know who that is, even though he ain't playing no more. If you're not a Spurs fan, maybe you won't. But he was like Kobe good. Yeah, I'm gonna say Kobe good. And he was an admiral in the Navy. That's how I meet him actually, or that's how I got to see him play because he was playing a Navy charity game. Let's see here. You do nails. That's cool. That's very cool. I'm actually gonna decoupage my nails and my daughter's nails for Halloween. We're gonna do something weird just to be weird. And my little brother's getting married that day, so we need to look sharp. Let's see. You like sports, but basketball. I'm assuming all sports except maybe. Did I read that wrong the first time? I like playing soccer and working out. Very cool. Soccer is the most physically strenuous activity you can engage in other than raining hell, fire, and brimstone. It's a tremendous workout. Let's see here. You like to draw and paint? I do too. I'm just terrible at it. My daughter's actually kind of an amazing artist, though. She can draw really well. Just needs to work on her originality. I like K-pop, jigsaw puzzles, and watching TV. I too like K-pop. Listen to a little bit of baby metal. I prefer just like the randomness that I find than specifically following an individual group because the genre is just so different than pop out here, and I don't understand a damn thing they're saying anyway until they're like, you know, busting out those 4 English words that they repeat. So I just enjoy the music, but it's got a great beat. It really does, and it's like it's good for moving. It's not like relaxed. They are all about bringing the energy. Let's see. I really like playing basketball in my free time. That's pretty much it. Hey, that's cool. Folklorico, horseback riding, and playing the violin and guitar. Musicians, that's awesome. I used to love riding a horseback when I owned one. Folklorico. The skirts just didn't work for me. I couldn't get into it, but I like the music. I play the viola very badly, and I wish I could play the guitar. You love old school cars, low riders, old school rock and roll oldies. I put together, when I worked at a body shop, I've done everything, folks, just accept it. When I worked at a body shop, I got to refurbish, renew, and rejuvenate a 1967 Ford Fairlane and a Ranchero from 57 that just, I think it was 57, might have been 67 as well. I don't remember on the Ranchero for sure. But those were absolutely gorgeous. And then a 71 Suburban, that was actually a lot of fun. Let's see here. I like to play all kinds of games and spend time learning how to code. Hey, that is awesome, Mr. Salceda, our technical support ninja. He's learning coding and all that stuff. And I'm always trying to figure out the awesomest app that he can develop. That way we can all become filthy rich, right? So good stuff. Coding is definitely the future. Listening to music is life. It really is. And then soccer, music, and then food is good. Yes, food is very good, folks. Let's see here. And then if you like games, this one happens to be here in the office with me. And since it's October and kind of a Halloween theme, this game right here, Horrified, it's fun for the whole family. It like a 10-year-old can get it, an 8-year-old can get it. It's not complicated, but it's kind of fun, and it gets a little exciting, which is interesting because it is a board game. If you like those kind of games, then awesome. If you prefer more of the video style, I'm currently playing Dead by Daylight. I'm actually really getting into that one, playing with my daughter. That's that one where you play killers that chase people, or you play the people that are trying to escape the killers. I just unlocked the Oni last night. That was very cool. And then I played games like Stardew Valley, Fortnite. But I'm an old school gamer. Like the very first game I ever played was on the Atari 2600, which was the second gen home console, and I've just played on everything since. I am a retro gamer. I was forged in fire. The save button did not exist when I began. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? In 5 years, I would like to be published, still teaching this on the side because I really do love this. I do love getting to, help people, make the world a better place. That's my gig, that's my bag. But I'd love to be getting paid enough as a writer that, I can have my own home and do this because I enjoy it, not because, I have to. That would be great. And that's where I want to be in 5 years. Okay, so y'all working? Well, get an education because there is no money without any kind of education. In the welding industry, welding is a fantastic certificate because that certificate is fast. It's like 6 classes. And having that certificate, being a certified welder, is going to just triple your money-making potential even in the valley. Become an underwater welder, and you can make $200-300 an hour. All right, learn it, figure it out, pay for the courses because that's where the real freaking money is, right? Let's see. Finishing school and looking for a job, excellent. In college, getting your master's for business, fantastic. And since y'all have that advantage of being able to take college courses in high school, that's a possibility for y'all. For me, not so much. Probably in college, please do. Folks, when you go into college, just keep fighting, keep struggling, keep doing whatever you gotta do. Do not give up on yourself. Start and finish. All right, if you see your grades are dipping, stop going out, stop spending time with your friends, study. Education's important. All right, I'm 41 years old and I've struggled most of my life because when I was going for my degree, I went for something general, it was biology. Here I am 2 classes away from my biology degree, and all I can do with that is take another 8 classes and then teach at a school. And quite frankly, my teaching style does not lend itself to an independent school district. So yeah. All right, so please, education, folks. Let's see. So let's see, we got college, working on or in university, wealthy enough to travel and see the world, finishing university, fantastic. Still in college, living on your own, well-paying job, maybe have entered a military branch. All right, for those of you that do not know what you want to do, or do not know how you're going to pay for college, if you sign up for your education in Texas, if you sign up in the military in Texas, any of the branches, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, National Guard, not only will you qualify for your Montgomery GI Bill if you meet the terms of your contract with them, but Texas also has something called the Hazelwood Act, and what that does is that pays for, I believe it's 150 college hours. Now, what's special about that is the Montgomery GI Bill, the one that pays for college, is money. There is a set dollar amount, and once you spend that, Montgomery GI Bill is out. All right? 150 college hours is enough to get your master's, I think, and that's the Hazelwood Act. And the amazing part is if you use, let's say, most of the hours, but you still have like 40 or 50 left, your spouse or children will be able to use those in the future if they want to. So that's kind of awesome. And if you don't know what you want to do, joining the military for that standard term to get college paid for is a great way to go because we're in Texas and we have that bonus from Hazelwood. Because hours, that means if you're in the most expensive school in the state, Montgomery GI Bill may pay for 1.5 semesters or 2.5 semesters. Hazelwood Act will pay for 150 hours, regardless of the cost, right? Because they're about really getting our veterans educated. So if you know a veteran that has nothing else to do and they're struggling because they don't have a great education, hey, tell them get into that college, right? Use that Hazelwood Act, use the Montgomery GI Bill, get that education because education, that's how we get power. That's how we get somewhere in life, right? And if military is that means, it's that means. If you know what you're gonna do, if you got this, then you already got your plan. But if you need time to figure it out, it is a good way to go, folks. All right, but your choice. Anyway, working your dream job, being with family, hopefully in med school, very cool. Stable job and nice reliable car, absolutely, that's what's most important, is reliable. graduating college, finishing college. Y'all know what you want. Y'all know what you want. That's fantastic, folks. And then who recommended you? Let's see, we got mom, friend, online, parents, cousins, sister attended last year. Well, if she was one of my students, tell her I said hi. If she was one of Joey's students, he says hi too, I'm sure. Let's see, relative that took classes, we'll tell your relative thank you for the recommendation. Your mom heard about it through a friend, your sister attended this class before, you don't know where she got recommended this driving school. Okay, well, hey, you know, we'll be more than happy to continue teaching families. Google, I love Mr. Googly. Mr. Googly is always sending customers our way, cause, you know, we're awesome. Let's see, and then your family's been getting their driver's license from here, and you heard about the school from your friend who already has his license. Very cool. All right, folks, and that's really all the questions. How did I hear about Hernandez Driving School? Well, Joey Hernandez, one of the 3 owners, because we do have 3 fantastic owners. Mr. Jose Lando Hernandez, the OG Hernandez, he opened this place up back in 1981, or opened up Hernandez Driving School in 1981. And, you know, it's gone on and off a time or two, but hey, we're still around, we're still in business. And then we've got Martina Hernandez, she is his daughter, and then his grandson, Jose Orlando Hernandez, is my buddy, my boss, actually one of my best friends. We lived at the same apartment, and that's how I heard about Hernandez Driving School. A couple years later, I'm working for him, and a year later, I'm, you know, still trying to do a good job, still trying to bring home the bacons. All right, folks. Now, that's it. That's everything we got to do for day 1. So this is how I try to end every single class. This is how I end every class. Once you hear the following thing in one of its many variations, class is officially over. And at that point, if you have questions, issues, or concerns, please start typing them into the chat. Ask so I can answer those for you. But every day I'm going to end class like this. Every day, make the world a better place, but first do no harm. This is the precept that I live my life on. I'm going to challenge y'all to every day make the world a better place, but at the very least, very first, do no harm. Don't do harm to yourself. Don't tell yourself you're not good enough. Don't bully to someone else. Don't litter. Just make the world a better place. And if you can't do that, just don't do anything that's going to harm anyone in it. Not you, not somebody else. Nobody. Just make the world a better place. So every day, make the world a better place, but first do no harm. The second thing that I say is every day you have the power, the ability to make a choice in your life, to make a change, because you are in absolute control. So every day make that choice, make that change to take you one step closer to the person you want to be, to the kind of friend you want to be, to the kind of friend you want to have, or maybe even just take a step closer to the career you want and prepare yourself for that future. Okay? Medical students have to study hard. So if you want to go medical and you're not already the best studier, if you need to pick up better study habits, then start working on that now, because you have that power to choose and change. You have the power to become exactly who and what you want to. All right? Because we all do. All right? I am exactly the person that I am because of the choices and decisions that I make. I treat people the way I treat them because of the way I have decided to be. My children do things the way that I've taught them because I decided that I was going to make the world a better place part way by making sure that my kids know how to be decent people. All right? And I'm going to motivate y'all because y'all do have the power to take control of your lives. Welcome to adulthood, folks. Y'all got this from here. Don't give up on yourself. Don't quit on yourself, and just choose to be the best you can. Choose to do no harm. And I promise you, life gets better. If life's already good, then it'll get amazing. If it's tough, don't worry, you got this. Just don't quit, don't give up. You have the power. It's right here. It's in your hands. All right, folks, now that is class for today. So at this point, if you have any questions, issues, or concerns, please feel free to hit me up, throw them in the chat. Once I have finished answering any questions y'all have and we end the live stream, I will post today's assignment, the day 1 assignment, right? And that's nice and simple. Just take you 5 minutes to complete. Then I'll post the live stream link for tomorrow's video. I'll always have that up the full day ahead of time. That way it's ready to rock and roll and it'll tell you, hey, this video goes live tomorrow at 5 o'clock or later today at 5 o'clock if you're checking it tomorrow morning. All right, it tells you exactly when, because that is when class starts, at 5, promptly, folks. All right, I do my absolute utmost not to be late, but it does happen from time to time. So I don't expect it, but hey, we'll see what happens. Okay, let's see. So I'm not seeing any questions, issues, or concerns. So real quick, I'm just going to show you all right here. All right, so if you have not done a contract, we're going to go ahead and post the assignment. It'll give you the option to do so. But if something happens and you don't, all right, go to our webpage right here where your name is. Ours says Office Heads because, you know, it's an office account. There's this little extra wide V. That's called a down chevron. All right, you're going to click on that little down chevron right next to it, and you see this little pop-up menu comes up, and you'll see that Contracts is on there. You select Contracts, and let the page reload. All right, now that the page is reloaded, boom, right there, Teen Course Contract. You will fill, let's close all of that out. You will fill all of this out, hit continue, finish filling it out. You do not have to do the adult, you just have to do the teen. If you've already done this, no problem, you're good. If you have not already done this, please be sure to do it with today's homework assignment so that we do have that contract for you. Okay, folks? And since I'm not seeing anything else, everybody, thank you so much for joining us. Today was day 1, orientation of teen driver education, the Hernandez Driveway. Join us tomorrow as we go into sign signals and roadway markings, the first day where you start to learn. The first day where we're gonna bombard you with information as to the rules that you need to know. But no worries, folks, because by Friday you'll have this. You'll be ready for that test. All right, let's see here. Do the assignments have a due date? Yes. Generally speaking, we want you to do the assignments once a day. What happens if you as an adult elect not to do your assignments once a day? Well, then they're gonna pile up on you, okay? Do you want to do 5 assignments on Saturday? If that's how you prefer to do it, or if that's the only time you have to do it, then you do 5 assignments on Saturday. But you need to complete assignments 1 through 16 before you can start driving with us. So even if you have your permit already, if you have not finished all 16 assignments, you will not be allowed to get those 7 lessons. And those do take some time to get through. So we want to make sure that we get those done as quickly as possible. But if you're not able to do them daily, we're not going to admonish you, we're not going to scold you, but you will be restricted and not permitted to drive until all those assignments are done. And every last assignment is due on the last day of class, which in this case would be, what, the 6th, the 7th? One of those. Let's see. Pop onto this and go back, see if that tells me. November 5th, there we go. So yeah, so that is the actual due date for all the assignments. But we do expect you to be working on them, folks. And remember, you need to have days 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 complete to get that DPS test link. So if you pay for the course in full and you pass that test, that's when we give you the certificate. Right? That's what lets you get the permit. So you do need to get those assignments done just for that, and then the rest to finish up with driver's ed. All right, anything else before I let you go, folks? All right, I'm not seeing anything else pop up. So thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. We will see you tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel for your live at 5 afternoon driving lesson here with Steve, thanks to Hernandez Driving School, where we will be discussing sign signals and roadway markings. Bye, everybody. Thank you. Y'all have a fantastic rest of the day. You pay off the course. It's the $295. You make payments on our website. I'll show you how to do that this next week, or payments in person. Okay, so now, gonna kill it after that.